Why is this man getting up at this hour, I hear you ask? Well, let me tell you. Today is the day when we in Europe are going from Central European summertime to Central European time. What that means is we are going to get the time from 2 to 3 o'clock twice. And I'm here to get some extra time. But first, I need to freaking pee, man. That's strange. At this point, I have no idea what's coming. I could have guessed, but it probably would have been incorrect. All I was thinking was, somebody's finally making this documentary. It's about time.
Alright, so just so this is out there, what I'm gonna do now is do a video for my channel. Oh, I got some things prepared. Better watch out.
Alright, how's it going? My name's Bloody Richard. To this day, I can recall with complete clarity how I skillfully avoided any notion of dead air, making sure I could turn this footage into a timeless classic with basically effortless editing. If you've seen the announcement video, you probably already know. If you have not seen it, well, you may be able to guess from the title of the video. But today I'm pouring tea from the middle of the night. Why's that, you might ask? Well, again. So here in Europe, we are, as we speak, going from the Central European summertime to Central European time. So what that means, at 3 o'clock, the clock's gonna jump 1 hour back to 2 o'clock. So we are going to live from 2 to 3 o'clock twice. And I'm all here for it. Alright, and prior to this I have put out a short AMA, so let's get right to it. With unmatched confidence, I started answering my subscribers' questions. Okay, first up, Susan Z9 asks, where did my channel get the name? Oh, this one goes kind of way back. Well, I guess I was a bit of a troublemaker when I was young. yeah, so like relatives, you know, people around would very often have to say like, bloody Richard. And yeah, that's basically all the story. I don't really remember what I did, but it was bloody Richard this, bloody Richard that. Uh, yeah, like nowadays, even like some distant relatives that I don't see too often only see me, they come and say, bloody Richard. And I thought that's a bit fun to name the channel after that. Alright, next question. Boiled Oil asks, what are you reading right now? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let me just run over and get it. So it's this huge thing. No, it's the Immune from the Creative Kurzgesagt. Yeah, it looks pretty big, but I'm pretty sure the page count is very reasonable. Yeah. Kind of funny because it's like the biggest book I've ever seen. Anyway, very interesting stuff, you know. You get to learn a lot of things, like for example, if you want to cover a pool table in human skin, like you would need 2 human skins just to cover a singular pool table. So you are better off covering pool tables and mucous membranes, because 1 human would be enough for like 50 pool tables or something. Yeah, so I may be getting the wrong message from this book, but I think it's pretty cool.
With every new question, I felt more and more that my subscribers really know me and I know them.
Alright, Zeno7 asks, who is your biggest influence right now? Well, I'd say, like, it may be the general, right, creative and basic outlook on the life. I'd have to say that's Joel Haver right now. I think his videos are amazing. Like, some of them are fun, but others are like a genuine, interesting look out on life. So yeah, that's gonna be it. And
a segment was coming up in which I was prepared to wow everybody with my broad range of interests.
if you could live this hour again and again, what would you do? That is the question. So let me try and answer it as best as I can. So one of the things I would like to get into is hand-drawn animation. I don't mean like pen and paper. Thinking like digital, but hand-drawn animation is a thing that is interesting to me. Another thing that I would like to improve on with my time commitment is reading. I have a couple books in the library. I have read most of them, but there are still more books that I would like to buy and read. With the tight schedule, it's pretty impossible, but yeah, if I had infinite time, I would read a lot of books, because I believe there's a lot of wisdom to be had.
Now with my musical instruments, I was prepared to play like I'm not much of a musician and then blow everybody's minds.
Now another thing that I would like to get into is to do more music. As you can see here, well, this is the guitar I bought a couple of weeks ago. It's real nice. It's
It's real nice. Yeah. Not too good of a player, but I would definitely like to improve. You know, I'm self-taught all the way, so yeah, I haven't started at an early age. I started pretty late, and yeah, as they say, the things get increasingly difficult to learn, but if you put the effort in it, it will definitely show. So yeah, if I had infinite time, I would definitely focus on that. And you would have probably also noticed that I have a piano over here, which is another thing that I would like to spend more time on. You know, I'm not much of a piano player right now, but yeah, I'm not much of a piano player, but pretty much all of music theory is explained on piano. I guess with piano you have only one way to play every note, so yeah, that's I guess a problem with multi-string instruments. I guess isn't piano like multi-stringed instrument? Not mine though. Not mine isn't. Yeah, anyway, so I usually do something like, I just like lay around with it, you know. So, did you hear that? As 3 o'clock was fast approaching, I thought I'd go down to make some celebratory tea. I think 6:30 is hands down the best time for tea, but 3 o'clock will have to do.
hate when that happens, am I right? Alright, a bit more. Happy Central European time, if that's even a thing. It's 3 o'clock, I mean 2 o'clock. You know what I mean? Yep, that's way too hard.
I was fond of the philosophical studies, and I figured the world will be interested in what I have to say. You know, it makes you think, like, what even is time? Like, in the sense of the time change, it's definitely a man-made concept, but also it's so real. It must be real, it cannot be just a concept, you know. There will be nothing without time. You know, the real time is what's important, what constrains us absolutely. You just cannot beat that. And then there's time in the man-made construct sense of the word, like the time zones, calendar, and everything about that. And in a sense, we are even more constrained by that. Could there be a different organization of time that would not constrain us as hard? I'm pretty sure that what we have right now is not by any means the best thing, but how good can you get when you're talking about time, when you're talking about a man-made construct that needs to somehow tie into this very real time that is ever present and always going on, and you cannot do anything about it. And perception of time is completely unbelievable how like vast differences you can get. Between people, between moments, and it will all change, and the time will bring that change, and you never know what it's gonna bring or take, and it just doesn't care about what it brings or takes. It never did. It has nothing to do with me and everything to do with me. And still it just keeps on going. Tick, tock, tick, tock. I was running out of things to say and my tea was still a bit hot. So I made up an Oscar-winning movie plot on the spot to drive my point home. I've seen this movie like a couple of weeks ago. There's this guy who just invents a time machine. And yeah, a couple of years later he has this perfect life, but he is not happy. Like, you have two sides of the coin. On one side it would be like downright awesome to be able to time travel.
But on the other hand, it has this side where if you think about it, it will be probably so bad. It is hard to even imagine if time travel existed. Well, that's just one viewpoint, but it's quite easy to believe that time travel would be universally bad. Cheers. Did you hear that?
What the crap was that? I'm pretty sure I was looking at the back of me walking downstairs an hour ago. It's like I have time travel back to an hour ago, but instead I've done it for real. I just can't even begin to imagine what that's gonna do. I remember sitting in the bathroom for what felt like forever, and my brain just couldn't make sense of it all. I need to be careful to avoid myself at all costs. There's this thing, this me walking around the house, and there's just nothing I can do about it, or at least I have no idea what to do about it. I could try and contact it, but what good would it be? I would just startle myself. Alright, I need to rerun the events leading up to this. So I woke up, I believe, before 2 o'clock. I went to the bathroom, then got back, got to the PC, log on, record video that was like 2:30 maybe. I got to the piano, then I was disturbed by the noise. Got up, I walked over and it was nothing, so I went downstairs to get the tea. Yeah, I sat there for a while, and then I heard the piano. Yeah, no, the time change was during the tea. And I went upstairs. I tripped on my way up. Oh my god. It's just the noise it links up. Pretty sure it was me doing that noise when I was at the piano. And then I hid behind the corner and then I got in the bathroom. Now I'm here in the bathroom and I'm alone here. There's nobody here. So that means I will move eventually. But where will I go? I needed a plan. I could run out of bathroom, guns blazing, and shoot everybody down. But I don't know what shooting yourself feels like, and would I be able to do it? And I also don't have a gun. I could probably travel around the world and avoid myself for a long enough time. I might hitchhike to Switzerland. I always wanted to visit Switzerland. Then probably off to Germany to get on a plane to, let's say, Egypt to see the pyramids. Yeah, that would be great. Then I'd have to leave. So I think I'll head east. I'd probably go to India. I've heard they have the biggest statue in the world, so that might be worthwhile to see. And maybe the Great Wall of China, and perhaps Japan. I'd see Mount Fuji and Tokyo. What? I was always traveling, and so I knew all of these amazing, lesser known places. Perhaps Australia, the Sydney Opera House. I've heard about this place called Byron Bay. Don't know if that's any good. But in Australia, everything is out to get you. So I'll probably quickly jump over to New Zealand, where considerably less things are out to get you. From there, it should be possible to fly to South America. I'd like to see Rio, where everybody is out to get you. So I'd probably very quickly start heading north. I'd go all the way to US and then follow the southeast coast all the way to New York. Then for a quick visit in Kitchener in Canada. What a great name for a city. And then off to the west coast. I'd probably go and see the Grand Canyon and Hoover Dam on the way. And then go all the way to San Francisco. Go over the Golden Gate and head north along the west coast. I've heard it's quite something. Then over Vancouver Island and through the rest of Canada to Alaska. I think Greenland's a great place to go, but I would probably bounce off immediately to Iceland so that I don't freeze my butt off. Shame I could not stay too long on Iceland, as all flights would probably be going through Reykjavik and it would be impossible to avoid myself. Well, off to Norway. Goof around the fjords for a bit, then probably leave for Scotland. I'd most likely travel southwards, ferrying from England to France and go to Paris, where I would finally stop. Like some weird Jean Valjean metaphor, I would finally face my pursuer, and then we would proceed to make out in the rain under the Eiffel Tower. And that must not ever happen. So finally, I had the best idea in the world. I could ask people on the internet. That was never a bad idea. I couldn't believe what I had done, but was there any other way? Let's do this.
That's strange.
There was nothing I could have done. I was trapped. Observing and listening. I was starting to get tired. When my eyes shut. I'm visiting the Buckingham Palace. There's an exhibit of old Secret Service technology. I take interest in an old computer connector that was a combination of multiple modern-day connectors in one housing. I'm remarking to my friend about how expensive it must have been. There's a dinner, and I'm taking one of the candles off the table and putting it in my pocket because my friend is telling me that we can. We're all lined up for a group photo and somebody asks me for a direction, and I promptly point them to a door I've been through just a minute ago. But as they open it, it's suddenly a stage curtain, and behind it an auditorium full of people waiting for our photo to be taken. I feel sorry. Now they're letting us go through a side door and we are immediately being checked by security guards. My friend successfully getting through with all the candles he had taken, but alas, I'm discovered and pulled to the side for the candle I have taken. A security guard is now returning and apologizing profusely, saying they will later seek me out and give me a sizable voucher for drinking water. I'm confused, but I don't let it show. Everybody else had already gone, and I'm walking alone through this large corridor to an enormous empty room with fake rocks and, as far as I can tell, real vegetation on the walls. In a corner, I walk up the spiral staircase to what is a shopping mall on a crescent balcony. Shops, most of them closed, are on the concave side of the crescent, while tables for people to consume their beverages at are on the convex side, overlooking the large area below. I'm walking along the aisle in between, from one end of the crescent to another. I step in one of the shops just promptly. I'm confused. I finally rejoin others from my group eating their lunch at one of the tables on the far end of the crescent. Instead of another shop, a hallway, which at the scale and with all the fake rocks and vegetation looks more like a valley, is connecting to the balcony and leads to a public swimming pool. I don't know what to do.